have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. This call is from
Anthony Williams,
an inmate at a federal prison. This call is being recorded and is subject to monitoring. Hang up to decline the call or to accept. Dial 5 now. If you wish to block any future calls of this nature, dial 7 now. To decline this call.
Brother David.
Hey, brother Anthony Williams. It's good to hear your voice, and I'm glad you called. I got a chance to interview your friend Rosie last night for about 26 minutes, and she hit a home run in advocating for your innocence and your integrity and the fact you should not be in prison.
Yeah, she's been there, man. She's a soldier. She's been fighting. You know, I've been helping her stay in her house. We had to actually remove the last judge because she was so wicked. She was just striking motions where they wasn't even making the bank answer the motions I was drafting for her. So she was just basically letting them off. Yeah, they just letting them off the hook, just striking motions for frivolous things like, oh, she didn't put all the defendants on a certificate of service, or, oh, she didn't attach a notice of motion, which that's not a reason you strike motion. If that was the case, all she had to do is say, oh, you know, the defendant needs to attach a notice of motion to the next motion, something like that. But that doesn't give you the authority to strike it. But when the plaintiff files a motion and don't put a notice of motion, she never struck it.
Right.
So I'm like, it's clear bias. So I did a counterclaim and I sued her because she wouldn't remove herself after I did a motion to disqualify her based on bias. So she denied it. So I just, filed a counterclaim lawsuit against her, which forced her hand. So then she had to be removed. So now we got Ayabi, which he's no better, but he's at least making them, have an answer. So
right.
We're in appeals right now. Yeah, we're in appeals right now, though.
I think so many people, they just live under the fairy tale idea that they get their fair day in court, and they don't realize how corrupt our judicial system has become. And the situations you're describing, I see over and over again. I mean, there was another gentleman, I think I told you about him in our email correspondence. He was exposing the banking and mortgage fraud, and he's been in prison for 15 years, and he's not going to be released until 2028. And I'm concerned that you are incredibly gifted at exposing this type of fraud and fighting it, and they're going to do everything they can to keep you in prison for as long as they can. And so we want to try to get your story out there so people realize what they're doing to you. Last time I heard, if I understood correctly, they postponed your trial for a year, which is just crazy. That's insanity.
Yeah. This is the 7th time they postponed it.
Wow.
Because like I told the prosecutor, I said, listen, I looked at him dead in his face. I said, listen, I told the judge, I said, you prosecutor, I said, I'm looking at you dead in your face. I said, you're not that stupid to go to trial with me. I said, because you understand what I'm going to do to you in that courtroom, and especially with the cameras going to be rolling, you know what I'm exposed. That's why you continue to trial, continue, keep pushing it back. I said, because you and I both know that you're not that stupid to fight against me. You saw what I did in Florida. I said, you saw what I did to them in Florida. That's why they had to have a second trial, and then the judge didn't let me put in the same evidence that I put in the first trial, and then would not let me even ask the same questions.
Yep. No, what I've seen them do, Anthony, is they put motion in limines in place so that it bars you from even bringing up your valid arguments. And they basically bring you into a boxing ring and they tie your hands behind your back, and the other guy, they just let him loose. And it's very unfair what they do. You know that already.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. That's why I'm going to send you a copy of that, where they did that motion in limine, prohibited me from mentioning. Now, check this out. I think this is the first in U.S. history. They did a motion in limine.
This call is from a federal prison.
Wait, let me try to predict. I just want to predict it. Did they put a motion in limine to bar you from mentioning the Constitution of the United States of America?
Yep.
Okay, that's not the first, brother. It's not the first. They did it with Ed and Elaine Brown. They did it with Schaefer Cox. They did it with Russell Landers. We've seen this happen over and over and over again. They got a game plan, and they do the same game plan over and over again. I'm very concerned they're going to try to move you to a prison where you lose all communication privileges with the outside world, because they are scared to death of the truth that you speak. They are going to try to shut you up or kill you or do anything they can to silence you.
Oh yeah, I've already know that. When I was on the outside, the FBI was calling my house like 2, sometimes 3 o'clock in the morning, and like, you a dead nigga, you know that, right? And I was like, well, you know where I live at. I said, what y'all waiting on? I was like, I know where I live at, so I'm waiting.
Yep.
Y'all haven't done it yet.
Yep.
But Yahweh has already, assured me that they, even though they want to, they're not going to be able to, because,
Amen.
He has a mission for me to complete. And so that's why I can do this, what I'm doing, without any fear.
Amen.
Because I've already had that assurance. If I hadn't had that assurance, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. I'll tell you that now.
Yeah, I understand. Your bravery, it scares the hell out of them, Anthony, because you are bold and courageous. The Bible talks about, they spoke with authority, even though they were, the Pharisees considered them unlearned men. And when I saw you confronting that sheriff, there was a video where you confront a sheriff and you told him you're going to arrest him. I mean, it's like, that was beautiful, man. That was absolutely gorgeous. I love that.
Oh yeah, and see, they know that I have the authority, because what I did, I filed an oath of office as a sovereign peace officer, and they swore me in.
Yeah.
They swore me in at the county, made me raise my right hand and swear in as a sovereign peace officer.
Wow.
So they know I have the authority. Yeah, they know I have the authority. That's why he said, "Who's going?" I said, "I'm going to arrest you. You trespass. I'm going to do it. You ain't got to worry about me calling nobody. I'm going." But see, I don't know if you saw the video when we went to Kona to have an attorney named, this crooked attorney named Paul J. Sula. This man is so wicked. He's been doing so much dirt, and they just keep protecting him, the DA. So what I did, I went to him and said, "Listen, I had already drafted an affidavit of complaint and a warrant for arrest to go arrest him." I said, "Look, this is what I want to do. I want you to, accompany me so that I can effectuate this arrest peaceably, because I don't want to be in a problem." So I showed him the law where it stated that they had to come with us to effectuate the arrest. And the officer told me flat out, "Okay, I see the law. I see I'm supposed to do that, but I'm not going to do it." All that's on video.
Wow.
But I'm not going to. I said, "Here's the law, sir. Here's the law. I'm coming to you, and I'm telling you, this man has committed, fraud against people. He's stolen money, stolen property, and here's the 2 of the victims right here. I need you to come with." No, I'm not going to do it.
Wow.
But I'm not.
Incredible.
Yeah, all that's on video.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's like crazy. I'm like, boy, these people. But then, anything that you do, even though it's not wrong, we're getting charged with mail fraud, wire fraud, all these bogus charges, where there's no victim, no complaint, and no crime has been committed.
Oh, yeah. No, they'll absolutely fabricate evidence. They'll make stuff up, man. There's no doubt about it. Let me share this with you, too. You've probably heard of this phrase, misprision of a felony. They'll send in some, like a jailhouse guy to share the same cell with you. He'll start talking about doing something illegal, and if you don't immediately...
This call is from a federal prison.
If you don't immediately tell the guard or the cops or something that he's going to plan something illegal, then all of a sudden you're in on it, and they charge you just as if, for what he's trying to do. And I've seen them do that on the outside, not just inside jail. And they'll fabricate evidence, man. They will. There is no limit to the debauchery that they will do to keep you in prison. And we got to hold them accountable. I love your boldness, and we're going to pray you out of there, and we're going to ask the Lord God Almighty to set you free. But we need more brave men and more bold men like you out, fighting for people, because this country is going down the tubes, and our judicial system has become absolutely satanic, man. It's really bad.
Oh, man, it is. And I'm telling you, it's so much that I want to share with you, but I can't in this forum. I have to do it, once I get out to show you. But when I tell you, Rudy, when you see this stuff, I'm talking about Mystery Babylon.
Yep.
When I show you how, I'm going to show you through the political system, I'm going to show you through the economical system, and I'm going to show you through all the religious system, how this same Mystery Babylon, the 666, it shows up in every last one of them. All of them.
And that's going to... Yeah, that type of stuff is exactly why they want to silence you, because they don't want you sharing that with anybody. And I'm surprised that they haven't shut down our communication, and I hope that they don't. And I pray God allows our communications to stay open. But a pattern that I've seen, Anthony, is that when you start talking to me and I start putting your voice out on the internet and I start advocating for your innocence and how this is a corrupt system, then they're going to start cutting off our communication. They're going to throw you in the hole. They're going to take. I heard, Rosie said that she was coming and visiting you, and they just said she can't even visit you anymore, and they didn't even tell her why.
Yeah.
Incredible.
They took off my visitation list. They threw me in a hole for 62 days, stating that I had threatened bodily harm to a staff through email. And this is what the email said, because they keep opening my legal mail outside of my presence. And I said, listen, I sent the email to the mailroom supervisor. Listen, whoever's opening up my legal mail, I said, I must warn you that that's a federal offense.
Amen.
I said, you not only can lose your job, but you can go to prison for 5 years and a $250,000 fine. You do understand that, right? So they said that email constituted me threatening physical bodily harm.
Wow, they shouldn't even be opening it. And I know that you didn't threaten anybody, but you do talk about holding evildoers accountable, and they should be held accountable.
Right.
Here's the deal: they don't mind doing physical body harm to you. They don't mind performing violence on you. Right. They don't mind incarcerating you. But if you talk about holding them accountable, like they're the ones who are breaking the law, they all of a sudden have a fit. Man, it's like, oh my goodness, he's talking about holding us accountable for our wickedness. So incredible, man.
I end up beating the disciplinary, but they kept me 62 days in a hole.
Yeah.
For nothing. For that, I end up, beating it. But, I was like, but see, I told him, I said, look, I told him, after I got out the hole, I sent a request to go back to the hole. I said, you know what? I really enjoyed the solitary, so I actually had more time, for real. I mean, man, the stuff that the Father Yahweh was showing me, man, it was just blowing my mind. So I said, no, send me back to the shoe because I don't have no distractions when I'm in solitary. They told me, no, they're not sending me back to the shoe now.
They don't know what to do with you, man. They don't know what to do with somebody like you. They just don't know what to do. Oh, my goodness.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, y'all put me in there first. Then y'all saw I enjoyed being there, and I wanted to stay there. Now y'all don't want me to go back.
Incredible.
I'm like, come on.
Wow. Incredible. Man, I'm looking forward to the day you get out of there, and I can't believe your trial's a year off. That just seems like, is there any way that you think that it could be moved up so you don't have to wait a whole dang year and they keep you in jail?
Well, what I just did, I just filed a motion for bond because the hold on me from Florida has been lifted, so they're supposed to give me a bond. If they don't, I'm preparing this interlocutory appeal to the Ninth Circuit for them to, do an emergency motion to release me because, violation of my speedy trial right, because they keep violating. That's the reason they really added Miss Annabelle Kababy and my mom as co-defendants so they could use their attorneys to keep, pushing the trial date, stating that their attorney's not ready because I've been ready. I was ready from day one.
Right.
And so all the continuances have been because of the co-defendant's attorneys. But, I showed them the law. I think it's United States v. Hall says it violates a defendant's right to continue a trial because of a co-defendant. And I filed a motion to sever so we don't have to worry about, them continuing it for them, holding me up. And Judge Kobayashi, she denied it again. She keeps denying it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, you all are wasting my time by keep being, pre-trial incarcerated. My mom, them, thank Yahweh that they're free, but I'm still here. So you all are basically punishing me pre-trial before I've been convicted of any crime.
Right.
Because they know that's the only way they're going to get time, because they know they're going to lose.
Well, you mentioned the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, and I know you know this already, but that's basically the children of the devil. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals is they're so wicked. That whole 9 judges. I mean, I just don't have any faith in them. I have seen them send many innocent people to prison, and they never seem to rule right.
Well, I can say this from the Hawaii circuit. With the guys that get unlawfully convicted here and go down the road and file appeal, 87% of the guys get their convictions overturned from this district.
Wow. Okay. Well, and I'm not a legal guy. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals that I was talking about is, I think, based out of San Francisco. Is there multiple Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, or is it the same? No, it's the
same name.
Okay.
Same name.
I got you.
Same name.
Okay. Well, I hope they rule in your favor, man.
Right. I mean, it's a so-called white-collar crime, and there's no victims in it now. And the people that they're saying are victimized, I got affidavits from them because, saying, no, this man saved the house from being, foreclosed on, and we're still in the house because of him. What do you mean he defrauded us? How?
Yeah, that's so wrong, man. There's no victim, and the people they claim are your victim are signing affidavits saying that you didn't do any wrong. We're going to pray for you, Anthony, and God bless you, man. I can tell that they're coming against you, and we're going to pray that God's going to set you free, man.
Yeah, it's getting ready to hang up, but I got you the print out of the website today. I appreciate it. It looks
Great.
wonderful.
Amen.
Yeah, I got it today.
Oh, do you want me to add all the legal files that Rosie sent me? You want me to add every one of them?
Yeah, but add all of them.
Okay.
We got some more coming to you, too.
You bet. I'm going to add everything to the file, and I'll send you an update a few weeks from now, so you'll have an update of what's on there. Okay, that was Anthony Troy Williams. I think he's been 2 to 3 years in prison already. They tried to delay his trial. You heard him say they delayed it 7 times, and his next trial date's like a year out. So they're keeping him incarcerated pre-trial, and they're denying him a right to speedy trial. And what they're doing to him is absolutely wicked. I mean, he is exposing the banking fraud. He was standing up for people who the banks had foreclosed on. And he's also exposing, the bank's wickedness, the judge's wickedness, and the mortgage wickedness. And he's just a brilliant guy. Everything I've studied about Anthony Troy Williams, he's the real deal. So please write him an encouraging letter. They keep him in a federal prison in Hawaii. And we need to get this man's story out there where everybody knows about it. And, his story needs to be known nationwide. And I just think Anthony is the type of individual who does not compromise, and we need more men like him on the outside. And please keep him in your prayers. Please write him a letter. His address is on Year of Jubilee. Jubilee is spelled with 1 E, just like it's spelled in the King James Bible. Like I said, it's in Hawaii. Please take the time to write him an encouraging letter. Let him know you care about him and love him. Drop an envelope in the mail, and so that he knows there are people out here that have not bowed the knee to Baal and believe in his innocence. Thank you for your time.